when I was giving class in one college, and one student after the class came. We were doing the first chapter. Today we are going to do the evening, the whole chapter together. Study. So one boy said, "Sir, I read one Bhagavad Gita. I have that book. It says that when you know, in the beginning when the conches are played, sound of the conch means we should meditate. Because conch, everybody stops thinking everything else. So it means we should meditate." And I told him that meditation is not at all, just like in the shloka Prabhupada says in the purport, not at all recommended in this fallen age of Kali Yuga. This is so difficult it was. So what is the fortune we have? These are the top scientists today in the world. We can't blame them actually too much. We don't, we cannot blame their intelligence actually. One very nice devotee analyzes. He explains that material energy is so constituted. It is not that they are not looking for truth. That is not the fault of them. Fault is somewhere else actually. Now I'll explain this one. Now you look at the material energy, it is so intricately constituted with cause and effect, continuously flowing right from the moment of creation. We have the Panchadhatus, correct? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then after that we have the 5 senses of perception, Panchendriyas. We have 5 senses for activity, our hand, legs and anus, genital and mouth. And we have 5 sense objects. So like that you see the whole, and then we have mind, intelligence, false ego. So 5 into 4 plus 3, 23 we reach. Now it is so subtly situated right from false ego. Everything starts with the false ego to the creation of the world given. And then next to lead to that. If you go just analyze the material element, you'll never understand. God is or soul is there behind. There is in India, there is a philosophy called Kapila Sankhya. The Sankhya given by an atheistic Kapila. Real Kapila is in the Bhagavatam, in the 3rd canto. Devoti Putra Kapila. Now this atheistic Kapila also tries to understand the intricacies of this 23 element that is called Sankhya. Sankhya means to do counting. So the Sankhya analyzes the 23 elements and their cause and effect. He goes into that and he is also confused. He also comes to the atheistic conclusion with no knowledge of soul and definitely zero knowledge of God. So the mistake is not there, which people are making today in that effort, but their process is wrong. Just like, suppose we are in a forest, big mountains are there and somewhere, and it becomes dead of the night. Now if you want to find your way out, one way is start on your own, start digging up. It may be this way, it may be this way, it may be, there are a million ways possible, because after you go down again you can turn right or you can turn left, correct? You can try, you can spend your whole life, you may not come to go the right way out of the place. Okay? This is where the mistake is. And we know so many examples. Even sometimes yesterday in the class in the night, Krishna's grace, we had a huge gathering. Chairs were short. We were short of chairs. So, and all the effort of 2 boys, 2 small boys, they come there. Their whole locality they invited. So now the question comes now, that what is the mistake that is being made? We said the mistake is not in the effort. They want to know the truth. And as I was explaining to previously, but on their own they decided, just like I feel this mic is a paperweight. And I keep meditating on it as a paperweight. It will reveal itself to me as a paperweight because it can do the work of a paperweight. But actually, at a higher level, it can do something more. So, in the society today, if you want to, sometimes we just go, we challenge the scientists and all. This is not the way. And it is wrong. Why they should listen to us? They have meditated on the final truth as some fundamental laws. Finally, everything is God only. These fundamental laws are also God's laws. In that way, not different from Him. Because everything is God finally. So He is revealed. And it's not they slept. They worked hard. Not one or two people. Millions of scientists have worked hard for 200, 300 years, particularly now. And certain fundamental laws have been revealed to them. And this many scientists have admitted. Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. They say we could not actually know how it is going to happen. Suddenly, why not like this? Actually, Krishna reveals to them. Because they are searching, they have already made an assumption, the absolute truth is certain laws. And Krishna, just like I told you, you thought this mic is a paperweight. Yes, it is a paperweight also. So finally, laws cannot come accidentally. Correct? It is somebody has designed. It is whose laws? Probably should say, they say laws, but whose laws? So they have designed these laws. And now it is revealed. And not only that revelation, they have produced result today. By that revelation, they produced result. They made the mic, they made so many things. And by the result, they have attracted the whole world. And whole world today, anybody you say, even you say the statement of India's Prime Minister or the Prime Minister or the English President of America, we need science today. We have to develop in science. That's the only way our country will succeed. They have impressed every leader. They impressed every common man on the street. Correct? Everybody is benefiting. He has a mobile. He can call anybody at any moment. You are attracted. So if you go now, whole world is behind them. You say you are a fool, you are an idiot, you listen to us. They say, why should I listen to you? Everybody is behind me. You are walking on the road alone. Why should I listen to you? Correct? They are being worshipped. Why they should listen to us? So the only challenge is, unless we can produce result by our revelation, we can say that's fine. You said this is a paperweight, but actually it can work like a mic. I will show you. And then when they see the result, then they will be attracted. This point we have been developing for some time now. So it's not easy. It's not a joke actually. Just like to differentiate between matter and spirit, it is not easy. The biggest of brains today are not able to do that. To differentiate similarly between love and lust, it is not easy. How many times we face this time, particularly with the youngsters today. How much we tell, this all rubbish behavior, this boyfriend, girlfriend, it's not love, it's lust. It doesn't strike. Not only them, whole world. What is there? All the movie songs, all rubbish, all lust songs. It sells like love and everybody believes in it. True or not? Is it true or not? And if we want them to differentiate, they're not able to differentiate. It is so subtle. So subtle is the difference. Prabhupada said it is just like milk turns into curd. It is milk at the same time, not milk. Curd is milk only. But at the same time, it is not milk. This difference is so subtle. Prabhupada said originally our desire is to love Krishna. But because covered by mode of passion, this love converts to lust. But it is very difficult. Love means I want to make other person happy. Lust means I want to use other person for my happiness. That's the difference. And they are not able to differentiate and know actually it is lust. They are not able to know. Just like we say matter and spirit, the difference is there. Can people know? They cannot know. It's not easy. It's very difficult. So what is the problem is their process is wrong. They are trying to understand what is real love, and how many philosophers, how many big poets, big brains in the world, so-called love, which is lust, have written thousands of poems. All, you will see that, all novels, all magazines. Yeah? So the difference is, which has occurred. What is the reason of difference? Because we heard from a pure devotee. That's the only difference. We approach an authority. That's all. Otherwise, what qualification we have? You know, sometimes we say the scientists are nonsense, they don't understand, creation means a creator. You think the scientists are idiots? If you talk to them, we cannot stand for 5 minutes, the kind of intelligence they have. They are not fools actually. The highest IQ people today will be the leading scientists today. No doubt. They are the biggest gyanis. But what the privilege we have that we understood God as a proper, because we heard from an acharya, that's all. That is the only difference between us. Because if you look at our IQ, we can't actually match so many top scientists. We nowhere near. But what's the privilege? We heard from an authority. And just like I told, from the jungle, somebody guided this way, and we came out. That's the only privilege. Other people digging, they have, they have big machines. They're digging in the night, this way, that way. They're cutting trees with, they have so many machines, correct? But go on. But our privilege was somebody just guided this way, and we followed. So this faith in Krishna, the faith in the spiritual master, that is what has actually saved us. Otherwise, if you just say by intelligence, no way. None of us can claim I am more intelligent than any top scientist in the week. It will be too much foolishness to do that. Our privilege was what? We heard a pure devotee. Prabhupada is saying in the purport here that we are trying to exploit the resources of the nature, and Prabhupada is saying it's a childish attempt to control and exploit the resources of material nature. Just like Ravana, yesterday or Ramnavami, this is the first point to develop yesterday. The Ravana's attempt was to do the same activity. But he never got real Sita. This is Kuru Purana reveals that actually when he went to that place, real Sita had already vanished. Forget about touching. An ordinary man cannot say real Sita. His bewilderment of the beauty we can understand, because Sita comes from Vaikuntha. She is not from this world. Even an Apsara, if you see in this world, people will faint. Apsaras are from the higher planetary system. They are much more beautiful. Their bodies smell like flower. That's why the Devatas laugh at people on earth. They say their body stinks from the smell. Correct? That isn't, all of us know that. Our body and another body, they stink from the smell. Apsara's body don't, Devata's body don't have this stinking smell. In fact, their bodies are subtler. And on top of it, their body gives a smell of a flower, jasmine flower, this flower. We will be completely stunned actually. That's why Vishwamitra, we laugh at Vishwamitra. What happened? He just opened his eyes. I am greater than Vishwamitra. You are not greater. You will go mad. You will go mad if you see an Apsara. That is our condition today. And if you see from the spiritual world, any entity, because the body there is not made of subtle. The body is Sachidananda Vigraha. You will faint actually. You will faint. That's what happened actually. Mother Sita, whoever saw her, including from the Swayamvar or anybody, because completely different. Similarly, the body of Lord Rama or Lord Krishna. In the Vrindavan, nobody desired any husband other than Krishna. All wanted to marry Krishna, all wanted to associate with Krishna, married or unmarried. That also became a secondary consideration. Because it's a transcendental body. The body is not made of this. This body actually, unless you accept that any body is Sachidananda, you can't relate to it. You can't relate to it. Without that illusion, you can't relate to any person. If you are very conscious, the next person sitting to you is just bag of bones. As doctors, we all know, it is bag of bones and so many things. You can't relate to that person. And sometimes, during certain, say, accidents or operation, when the body is opened up and all, actually you find very difficult to relate now. It becomes, because that illusion needed to relate. In reality, there is no relation. Soul belongs to the Lord, not to me. But, in that illusion that I bring in, that body is Sachidananda, I am relating. So this illusion is there in this world. So now the Ravana, when he went there, he never got real Sita, he got a duplicate Sita. Agree? That's from Kuru Purana. Many people don't know this. Therefore, when the last instance when Ashoka, Vatika, when war was over and she came to meet Lord Rama, he was in the palace. Lord Rama did not agree. He said that, no, how can I accept you? You have been 1 year away from me. I don't know what all has been going on here. Another man has touched you. Because previously it was very strict. Even touch was too much. Today what all goes on. So now, how can I accept you? You can go wherever you want. Actually, I didn't fight this war for you. I was just angry at Ramani. He says like that, and she becomes so aggrieved, like a shock, that she says, I am not going to live now any longer, because I lived just for you. So make a funeral pyre. So Lord Rama says, Lakshmana, please make. He can't disobey. Whole life he was in that mood. He made the funeral pyre and people were shocked. Even Devata was saying, alas and alas, they don't know what is happening here. And she went to the funeral pyre, that's called Agni Pariksha, you all know that. And the duplicate Sita was burnt at that point. Because it was not needed now. Because why? Lord Rama has to take duplicate Sita. He doesn't need duplicate Sita, he'll have real Sita. And that's where real Sita comes. Agni Purusha comes and brings real Sita. And this is my Lord, your wife. Actually, she had taken shelter of Agni and gone. And she was with Parvati. And both Parvati and Lord Shiva are great Rama Bhaktas. Lord Shiva is the Rama Bhakta. That's why we read in the pastime of Haridas Thakur, Parvati tells Haridas Thakur, my husband gave me Rama Nama. You give me Diksha of Krishna Nama. Then he initiates her and gives her Krishna Nama. Okay? So this is the higher understanding. Therefore, sometimes people get perplexed when they read the past. And therefore, Prabhupada says, if you want to know from Krishna, about Krishna, hear from devotees, because they take you out of these perplexities. Otherwise, the person, many people when they hear about Mahabharata, Ramayana, they feel, I think Kauravas are also right. They say like that. I think Karna was very great. And they got perplexed. Both were playing politics only. And that's that if you hear from TV and all, or from a person who is not authorized, therefore it is said, we should not hear about Krishna except from a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava Avaishnava Mukogita Bhuta Harikatha Amritam Shamana Naiva Kartavyam. We should not hear. Sarpa Chishta Payorata. So just like a milk is very nice, it looks very delicious. Why not drink it? Wait a minute. Serpent has touched it. Dangerous. So similarly, Harikatha is going on, let me go and sit down. Don't sit down, get up. Very important. So only reason we can sit and speak about because we have accepted the shelter of Acharya. Otherwise, we are not supposed to speak. In fact, Prabhupada is very strict in so many ways. Prabhupada says, sometimes he says, you are not effective. There was one devotee who told Prabhupada some regulative principle is breaking. Prabhupada said, yeah, that's fine. You will not be effective. You can continue. You can continue. You will not be effective. Because you see, this whole Krishna conscious process is what? To give faith in a person, take shelter of Krishna. That's all we are doing. Or what is our whole purpose? Okay? We are encouraging people, please take shelter of Krishna. People are taking shelter of their mind, and the mind is dragging them here. Do this, do this, do this. They are running here and there, like a monkey. But if a person is introspective, like Arjuna was introspective, Karpanda dosha, he was very introspective. Yes, my Lord, I am today afflicted by my Karpanda dosha, this fault of mine, this miserly weakness of mine. Dosha means a fault, and Karpanda comes from the dhatu kripanaha. This miserly weakness of mine, upahata svabhava, has affected my consciousness. So unless I admit that I am without guidance of Lord, without shelter of the Lord, I am nowhere, why will I take the shelter? Why will I take the shelter? Unless I know I depend on the mercy of Krishna, why will I pray to Krishna? Please try to understand this one. Unless I am convinced of this fact that I am in a dangerous condition, I need mercy of Krishna, I need guidance of Krishna, I need Krishna as the Supreme Master, I need to obey Him, I need to fulfill His desires, why will I surrender? Because surrender means all these things on me. So our fortune therefore lies in this fact that we somehow took shelter of a pure devotee. That's all. Otherwise, there is no special privilege or credit we have, correct, to advance the spiritual life. We just accept it. Yeah, let me hear. He will guide me. And we are coming out of this dense dark forest of illusion. And it's not, and everything looks so sensible. And that is how a process of learning anywhere is. You want to learn physics, you don't just sit and start imagining anything. You go to the college, follow the discipline. The teacher says something, you hear. Therefore, Prabhupada says, somebody comes and challenges us, show us God. It's not a 5-minute affair. It's not possible like that. He has to be purified. It is not such a joke. He gave a simple example. If my eyes are having cataract, I can't see. And so you say, show me God, but your eyes are having, spiritual eyes are having cataract. There is your whole tendency and approach to know the truth is wrong. You can't see it that way. If you just depend on your senses, like I want to see the truth by my senses, you can't do it. Even normal process of learning does not work like that. It's a descending knowledge. In fact, as much effort a person is doing in this life, all of us are making effort. We make effort to become a doctor. We make effort to become an engineer. Correct? How much effort goes on? Every day travel from here 2 hours, then land up there. And then all the classes you have to attend. You have to be there 5 minutes before the class. Correct? And we have to have a notes book also. We should have a textbook with us. Because Kali Yuga, there is no memory. Actually, Kali Yuga, we should always have a notes book. Any point is there, we should note it down. I need to learn this knowledge, which is actually, this knowledge is nothing, how to bend an iron. Correct? There are 4 kinds of knowledge. There is the knowledge of a Brahmana. Knowledge of Brahmana is what? To understand difference between matter and spirit, which is not easy. Don't think it's an easy task to understand difference between matter and spirit. Even top scientists are not able to do that. To this day, I don't see any scientist saying there is a spirit soul definitely. Nobody says so. So it's not an easy job to differentiate between matter and spirit. That is called a Hamsa. What is Paramahamsa? Who can differentiate between matter and spirit. That is the definition. It's not an easy job. That is one technology. Another technology is Kshatriya technology, how to do administration. That is also we see completely lacking in society. Nobody knows how to administer. They may become, Prabhupada says the mistake in the society today is, the society has to have these 4 parts, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. People are playing parts, but nobody is trained for them. Deva Prabhupada wanted actually, he wanted in Kurukshetra, a huge university was set up called Varnashram University, where people are trained. It's not that somebody is not playing the part of administrator. We are having big administrators today in the country. Now again election is starting in Karnataka, correct? People are fighting within the party also and outside the party also. Somebody did not get a seat in Udupi, left the party, went to other party. Imagine, the whole philosophy is different. Whole, the ideas and everything is different. And he changed the party next day. That means for what he was committing, because every party has some kind of a manifesto. We just get surprised actually. And somebody recently in Bangalore, he came back also. He left BJP, went to JDS, came back also. Surprising, what kind of value the person stands for. And when they may become, the system is such, they may become a leader or something, but they are not qualified and trained for that. That's a mistake. We have no problem. You want to become a Prime Minister of India, we have no problem. But be qualified for that. And that is where they lack. Training is the lack. There is no training for a Brahmana absolutely in the society today. We don't find any education institution, a department. And Srila Prabhupada went to MIT in America. They showed him different department and Prabhupada asked, do you have a department which studies the difference between a dead person and a live person? They asked, Prabhupada asked this question, and they said, we don't have. You see that? Such an important department is lacking. And just like Brahmana plays the role of the head, there is no head in the society today. It may be there, something sitting here, but it doesn't do function of a head. So similarly, arms are there which are needed to protect. Where is the protection of the society today? No protection of the society today. You know, you go to, when you have a problem, you go to lodge complaint, they will not register a complaint because then they have to solve it. They are supposed to. They will not write on the complaint. No Kshatriya spirit in the society today. We had an incident long time ago. Somebody was drunk and shouting in front of the place, and we got police. Somebody paid him 500 rupees, police went away immediately. Some neighbors came and they solved it out. Otherwise, so there is no protection of the society today. And there is no head there, there is no arms. Only belly and legs are there. There are some people learning how to make money. That is the Vaishya. There are many departments of that. People are learning either in the family or outside. Business colleges, basically how to make money. And Shudra, enough training is going on for the Shudras. Even medicine today is a Shudra department. It is not we should not imagine we are on the Vaidya is a Brahmana. Never imagine we are on the planet, because Vaidya always knows soul and body is separate. Therefore you are the Brahmana. Today, the medical teaching that is happening is a Shudra training. See, it is very simple. Brahmana means 100% God conscious, 100% knowledge of soul and God. True, Vaishnava is higher than Brahmana with knowledge of God also, but take it simple now. Too much categorization. Kshatriya means 75% God conscious. Vaishya means 50% God conscious. Shudra means 0% God conscious. So today the society is full Shudras, because society is not God conscious at all. They may ephemerally, or they may, as a fashion say, I believe in God, but it doesn't mean much at all. So many times people used to debate it, no, that's enough. I believe God is there, and at the time of death He will take care of me. Prabhupada says no. That's what even in Christianity they say, we just believe in Jesus, that's enough. No sir, that's not enough. First thing, this whole Krishna conscious only a process of development of faith. And what is the faith? Shraddha. Where does Shraddha start? Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma krita haya. That is the definition of Shraddha. Sudhita Nishaya. Shraddha sabde Vishwasa Sudhita Nishaya. What determination that comes, that if I just serve Krishna, my life will be successful. This is the beginning of spiritual life, not the end, the beginning. Spiritual life begins at this platform. This is the Shraddha. Correct? Last time we were discussing on the Sunday night, trust. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada develops it that? Trust. Yes, trust. Prabhupada used to say in America, he found the fault there. He said, you say in a dollar note, in God we trust. But how can you trust somebody without knowing Him? How can you trust somebody without knowing Him? So we have to see what happens when you hear, when you associate with devotees. It's not only the knowledge, because knowledge is not very difficult. Somebody with a minimum IQ can understand the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Is the trust, is the faith in this which grows. And a pure devotee and a same class, you can also repeat after Prabhupada speaks. You can hear and repeat. But the difference is the faith. Yeah? Difference is the faith. A pure devotee's faith is, and that is, just like Prabhupada very nicely says, a lot of people say, we have life after this life. Many people say that. I understood from Gita, soul is eternal, next life is also there. But Prabhupada says, they say that, but they don't believe in it. Why? They will not live the life the way they are living. If they actually have accepted this fact, that after this body is over, I will have another body, they will not live the life the way they are living. So where does this come? So it's not only a pure devotee shows the right path, he gives the right philosophy. Another thing, therefore in the Vedic culture, Guru is there. Without Guru, spiritual life does not start. And without Guru, it does not progress also. Not only gives a right idea, just by hearing the vibration from a pure devotee and assimilating that, what happens to that? My whole Krishna consciousness becomes awakened. Therefore, please try to understand, an Vaishnava can give the same class, don't hear, it will not be effective because there is no, please try to get it, it's not easy to get it. Just like the deities are there. Now, how much I'm philosophically able to tell you that it is the Lord itself, it has no meaning. Because that doesn't give you faith. Because why? It's on a transcendent plane. No, by logic, how can I show you something transcendental? Can I show you something transcendental by logic? It's not possible. No? Is it possible? By logic, can I show you because Krishna is adhokshaja, adha akshaja, maya jamanika achannam, agna adhokshaja, avayam, nalaksha se muda desha, nato natyudharo yatha. Just like the holy name of the Lord has said. Now I start my logic and reasoning that the holy name of the Lord is not different from the Lord. How can I convince you with logic? And how can you realize with logic it is so? 2. Third, prasadam. How much I tell you this prasadam is mercy of the Lord, how can you perceive that it's a mercy? So spiritual life is not only some theory, we need to give realization to people. Correct? Now pure devotee carries the realization. That is the difference. Therefore, if somebody doesn't have a realization of what he's speaking, it is of no use. You're wasting your time hearing him. Why? Your faith, your eagerness, your dependence, surrender to the Lord will not be invoked by hearing. Got it? Therefore, Prabhupada is insisting on his disciple. The Prabhupada was once in a city. So there was some other religious group. And they had a program in that place and it was very effective. You know, thousands of people came, they were chanting, they were praying. And what happened? Another religious group, knowing that this works actually, because Krishna's grace, very effective. So they also did the same Hare Krishna Kirtan. You know? So they came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, somebody, it's not even their philosophy, do today Harinama. Prabhupada said, don't worry, it will never be effective. It will never be effective. Because they have to follow the principle. It's not that you're spreading message of Bhagavad Gita without following Gita, it will not be effective. What happened when Bhagavad Gita was heard by Arjuna? He surrendered to Krishna. That's all happened to Arjuna. He surrendered to Krishna. The same effect should happen on somebody who hears Bhagavad Gita, provided Prabhupada says the difference is my disciples realize the effect of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. They realize the effect. You see the videos of Prabhupada time kirtans. See how they do it.